Hey everybody, it's me, Bill Argent here with Conscious Farrier. Just wanted to talk a little bit today about, I know last time I talked about winter trims and getting those done up. Well, today I want to talk about what it's like to have shoes on here in Alberta in the wintertime. It's a little bit tricky. It depends what you're doing with your horses or if it's even necessary. To just have straight up steel shoes on, nothing extra, in the wintertime here, unless your horses are kept inside and rode inside, in my opinion, is pretty much dangerous. Those steel shoes give you nothing in the wintertime. They're probably, they're like skates, maybe even worse than skates for that matter. So if you're going to put shoes on in the wintertime and you need to be outside and ride outside in the wintertime, you've really got to look at what you're going to be doing and what you need for added traction. On your steel shoes or your plastic shoes or whatever you're using, you're going to have to add something in to give you more traction and give you some safety. Even just for your horses when they're out in the field and you're not on them. It can be pretty hazardous and dangerous for them just from a slipping standpoint. The next problem we have in here is when we get a lot of snow is the snow balling up in the shoes, whatever type of shoes you have. So that's the other consideration you have to look into is, okay, when I add something to my shoes for traction, and we'll talk about that in some later episodes, what you can add for traction, but when I add something to my shoes for traction, now if the snow balls up and the horse is standing up like this and his shoe isn't even touching the ground, now what I've put on for traction is actually not doing me any good. So we have to look at how we're going to keep the snow from balling up in them feet, or you're going to be continually knocking it out, you know, with whatever your tool of choice is to get those snowballs out. So there's a really good product out there. It's a pad it's a rim pad, and it works excellent for keeping snow from balling up in shoes. It's the best product I've ever used. That's something else we can talk about in a later episode as well. Really what I'm trying to get at is if it's truly necessary for you to have shoes on your horses in the wintertime and they're outside, you have to be prepared to spend some extra money and get your farrier to do some extra work to give you that traction that you need. Even, you know, some of these lame horses that we're shoeing in the wintertime that have to have shoes on to stay sound in the winter, we have to give them something to give them some traction for safety and confidence. And you can really notice the confidence in these horses when they have that good traction on this bad footing. It's huge, you know, and I mean, safety for the riders and the horses is paramount in my opinion. So that's what I wanted to talk about today, having some shoes on in the wintertime. I just had a couple of horses in the barn here that are reset for winter. We got them 4x4, what I call, with some traction. And next week or in 2 weeks when I do another video, we'll go over your different options for traction. So that's all today from the Conscious Farrier, where our motto here is today to be better than we were yesterday. So see you all next time.